Hey dancers, Anthony Rose. Today we're teaching you guys some pretty cool two-step elements that you guys can use in a lot of other patterns, okay? So we're gonna teach you guys the partner pivots and telespins. Now, them by themselves are not like, oh my God, that's something you, like, did you see what they did? But at the same time, this is like an ingredient. You wanna bake the perfect cake, so this is an ingredient that you can add into other things. You're gonna like this one, so stick around. All right, guys, have you gone to xdance.com yet? If not, what's wrong with you? Like, there's this little button right here. Click on that. It'll take you to xdance.com. It is the world's first interactive virtual dance training technology. Not like a dance video. It's almost like a one-on-one private lesson with Rose and I. So now, if you are new to this channel, welcome. We post all of the different country dances, two-step and West Coast swing and waltz and all that. Now, you're going to notice this little button down here, and it says subscribe. Now, if you click that button, then you become an X dancer, and you'll know when all the awesome stuff happens here on the channel. Now we're going to demonstrate what we're going to teach today, and then we'll break it down. All right, guys, partner pivots and telespins looks like this. Starts in a promenade position for quick, slow, slow. And we're going to reverse her the other way and end up with a basic inside underarm turn. All right, guys, one thing about this pattern, these partner pivots, is they're going to be more complicated than they look, okay? I'm not saying you can't do it. You can do it. It's not going to require some crazy amount of physical,
you have to get a feel for it.
You don't have to be a superhero two-step dancer, but you do have to break it down and understand. This is all danced in here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to dance her forward in promenade position for quick, slow, slow. Now we're going to get ready to start the promenade pivots or the partner pivots, but we're going to dance her forward for quick. And on that slow, I've got to work my way all the way around her. She's going to step forward again with her right foot, but as she does, I've got to get all the way across so that right foot lands in between my feet. This is the core of partner pivots. Her foot is in between mine. From here, we're going to continue to rotate, but I'm going to be stepping in between her feet as she steps around me. Let's show you that close up. All right, guys, when we come across, we're gonna step all the way across, leaders, as she steps right in between our feet. We've got to get enough rotation here so when she steps, we can continue that rotation. Now she's gonna be stepping around my feet as I step in between hers. That is the basic idea of a partner pivot. So if we watch that again, here, she's gonna be stepping in between my feet. I step in between hers, she steps in between mine, and I step in between hers. Now your core rhythm of two-step is not gonna change. We're just gonna go quick, slow, slow the entire way. So if we're walking her forward in promenade, it's just gonna be quick, slow, slow. We're stepping again for quick, and then we're stepping across for slow, slow. We're gonna continue that rotation through so we can do another quick. From that point, I'm gonna be walking forward, allowing her shoulders to open up and to promenade so we can dance quick, slow, slow. A couple of things we gotta point out here. Now, normally in two-step, you have 4 points of contact. Now, a point of contact is just a place you and your partner touch each other, okay? In this pattern as well, some of the smooth dances like waltz and so forth, you have a 5th point of contact. So let's break this down and talk about what that is. You have hand to hand, you have hand to shoulder, which is her hand on my shoulder. I have elbow to elbow and hand to back. These are the 4 points of contact that you would use in a basic dance position unless you're in an open position or something like that. We're gonna add a 5th point of contact, which is basically bladder to bladder. Okay.
Sounds appealing, right?
It's a technical term, but if she steps forward with her right foot, I'm gonna take my thigh and I'm gonna connect the inside of my thigh to the inside of her thigh. So we actually have some contact down here. The reason for that is we gotta be really close at the center, like at the bottom, so that we're not trying to dance around each other. If we're separate, if we're not connected at the bottom, I'm trying to get around her, she's trying to get around me, and it's just too much hard work. But if you're connected, you kind of turn as one unit, okay? So if you watch this slowly, if I go back to this promenade position, we're gonna have these 4 points of contact that we talked about. But when I come around and she steps in between my feet, I'm placing my thigh against her thigh on the inside. So we have quick, slow, slow, and now we're gonna go quick. And when I come around, she's stepping forward, I'm placing that thigh in connection with mine, and I'm gonna keep it there. All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you this little drill that'll help you guys practice this. So you notice our thighs are actually connected, and I'm not trying to make full rotations. I'm just keeping that leg in the middle, and I'm pivoting, rocking around that leg. Now, once you guys can do this comfortably, you can certainly increase the degree of turn, but keep that same thing happening. All right, guys, the idea of the partner pivot is to turn half in between the two. You got 2 feet. If you're gonna turn all the way around, it should be happening half and half. And so you should learn how to do a pivot turn, which is half a turn, half a turn. You just have to do this with a partner. So if I did this by myself, I'm actually turning half and half and half and half. The only difference with a partner pivot is I'm doing that while another human being is attached to my person.
Tricky.
Okay, so if we step with that inside foot, when I step around, she's stepping in between, and now we just have to turn half, half, half with each one of those steps. Let me tell you guys something. This is not going to be easy the first few times you try it. Okay?
No.
It is not going to work. It's not going to be functional. So that's why you kind of step it up and build a little bit. So if you do that drill where you just kind of turn a little bit, then you pick up steam and you increase it over time. So the idea is to get a half each time. So if you watch this in this pattern, we're walking forward for quick, quick, slow, slow, and we're walking forward for quick, quick. Now she needs to step in between for quick, quick, slow, slow. Now at this point, I'm facing down the line of dance. I'm going to continue facing down the line of dance as I allow her shoulders to open even more, and then we can step quick, quick, slow, slow. So you have a half, 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 and then right before we open up, I'm allowing her to break away from me. So you have these different dance positions, okay? So you have promenade position, and then you have closed position. I'll talk about what the difference of those two things are. Promenade position, if I'm facing you, our bodies are open. There's a little bit of V shape. But with a closed position, our shoulders are parallel. When we're doing the partner pivots, we're gonna be in closed position. So we start in promenade, we go to closed position, and then we open back up to promenade. So if we're in promenade position, our bodies are both facing open in this position, but when we do those partner pivots, we get parallel to each other. We're still parallel, we're still parallel, but at the end of that, we let her open back up to promenade and finish open. All right, so the goal is to keep this rhythm throughout. So if we show you this to music, it's still the same quick, quick, slow, slow the entire time. So we have quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow, slow. All right, the second half is the Tele-Spin. The Tele-Spin and the partner pivot are similar in some ways. Obviously, they're turning the opposite direction. They're definitely different in some ways too. The biggest thing that is similar between one and the other is that one person has to step around the other person. So we're gonna do that in this one. So here's the second half of this. If we were walking forward in a promenade, quick, quick, slow. On that second slow, I've got to create some space, so I'm going to allow her to pass me as I step back. I've got to get her out in front. Believe me, that is going to help a lot. If you don't do that, she's going to have more difficulty getting around you. But then I'm rotating my shoulders, which brings her around me. And if you notice, my left foot is now stepping in between her feet. This is the same basic idea as a partner pivot, except we're not in that lower contact. So if you watch this again, we're dancing quick, quick, slow. I create some space for slow. She's stepping around as I step in between her feet for quick. And now I've got to get all the way around her for quick as Rose steps together. So she's bringing her feet together. From here now, like she opened her shoulders up after the partner pivot, continue to rotate. I've got to continue my rotation as I step quick and she says forward. She's now going to step forward again. Boom. And now we're going to continue that process, repeat it for quick, quick, slow, slow. Okay, from there we're just basically leading a basic inside turn for quick, quick, slow, slow. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit further and then we'll show you how these things connect together from one to the next. So we're walking her forward for quick, quick, slow, create some space, quick, quick, slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow, slow. Guys, it is undoubtedly the best way to learn how to do this stuff is in a one-on-one lesson. And there's only so much we can do in this video. However, X Dance bridges the gap between this instructional video and what it would be like to take a one-on-one lesson. So click that link up here, go to xdance.com, check that out, get a month for free. So one more time, we have quick, quick, slow. I create some space. She comes around for quick. I step around, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, and inside for quick, quick, slow, slow to end up back in this alignment. Now, let's show you how these two things link together. Again, we're just going to keep that rhythm of like quick, quick, slow, slow the entire time. Start in a promenade position. We're going to do partner pivots first, and we dance quick, quick, slow, slow, and now we have quick, quick, between and through. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Walk her forward again for quick, quick, slow. Back it up, slow, around. Quick, quick, slow. Back it up. Quick, quick, slow, slow, and inside turn for quick, quick, slow, slow. All right, guys, if you guys have tried this up to this point and you're struggling with it, here's one thing to look out for. There has to be this centrifugal force that moves, and I've just used a big word, okay? But if we're here, think about ring around the rosy. Like if she's leaning away from me and I'm leaning away from her, and then we turn, our weight kind of balances our weight for the partner. During partner pivots, we have to have that. Her weight is going to be pulling away from me. My weight is going to be pulling away from her. That's why, number one, you got to be connected at the bottom, but you're not going to be two people turning without that weight. It's not going to work. So you have to be able to rely a little bit on this as we pull away. My hand is going to keep her from getting too far away, but we've got to have this weight pulling away from each other constantly. If you let that get too far away, watch what happens. Her weight's pulling away from me, it causes her body to open up, and we don't want that either. So we've got to keep the frame on both sides to keep her body parallel, specifically on those partner pivots. So when we come around, we've got to keep that body parallel to me. Now her body, when I start turning, is going to be pulling away, right? So it's going to be pulling away from me. And you're not just two people trying to get around each other. You've got to have this centrifugal force pulling away. It happens a little bit on that other pattern on the Tele-Spin right here. There's some amount of weight pulling away from me, and then I can use that energy to actually rocket myself around. Okay, so you've got this. Yeah, you got a feeling to where you're being pulled away. But let me show you what this looks like if you let that centrifugal force pull you too far away. So if we're doing that partner pivot,
I don't want to do this.
and we get here in this point, and when I start turning around, if it gets too far away, her body's going to open, and then she's going to start taking steps backwards, and you're going to notice the feet starting to branch away rather than the feet staying solid. So during those partner pivots, your feet are actually locked in place. So if you watch our feet on this, when we do this partner pivot, we're actually going to have our feet in that position, and they stay basically in that position throughout. They're not going to be stepping or branching away. And if that happens, what's probably happened is you've let your partner get too far away from you. Guys, we're gonna demonstrate this to music. Before we do, we wanna have something we wanna share with you guys. We have completely unraveled the mystery of country swing. We've broken it down in a way that no one has even talking about it all, that will hopefully make so much more sense. It made so much more sense to us when we started thinking about this. So our next video here on YouTube is going to be unraveling the mystery of country swing, and you're going to hear it in a way you've never heard it before, and it's totally going to make sense. Now we're going to demonstrate this pattern to music, and then, by the way, if you guys are still here and you haven't gone to xdance.com, do that.
Get over there.
All right, guys, so we're gonna start in Promenade. All right, guys.
Because I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Just one more time. Take all my joy out.
Act natural.
Natural. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys being here and supporting the channel. Now, if you want to check out xdance.com, that is right here. Go there. You've never seen anything like that ever before in your life. Now, if you'd like to watch another video here on YouTube, that is down here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.